Maybe I should normalize taking you guys with me whenever I go on castings. Morning guys, from my hair now. This morning I had a little bit of a hair malfunction, but I think the biggest thing about our afro is that's the biggest flex I think as black women, because I have not been washing my hair for probably like a month and a half now. I just had it in knots and I would always just rock a wig on top and things, but for the casting call that I came for, it requires me to of course wear my hair out. Anyway, I didn't update you that I'm here for a casting call. I'm here for a casting call, and maybe I should normalize taking you guys with me whenever I go on castings. I think I'm a little bit on the fence because I'm also just tired of always attending castings, and sometimes, most times, I've never actually had callbacks. That's not cute and nice for me, but I'm grateful to be here. I think it's just one step closer to closing the deal and getting that ad. It's pouring outside, so I have to really quickly rush in and find the building. I don't even know which side it is. I'm at the location, but I don't know what room exactly, where to find it. I know the number, but I don't know where to find it exactly. So yeah, get a bona, and maybe I might show you inside. Usually when I'm inside, I don't like to document that because sometimes there's a lot of people, but hopefully.
A few moments later.
So just like that, guys, I come back. I did with a colored baby. She was so cute. Apparently also this was her first rodeo, but her parents are like, you guys did so well. I feel like the nerves were rocking me, but it was okay. It was okay. So yeah, see y'all. I guess I'll update you should I get the call back or not. But now it's home time. It's home time. It was so sweet. It was so nice and fun. So come to consultation with me. It's actually due for 4 o'clock. It's only 25 minutes to 3 now. It's because it's like 40 minutes away's drive, and I'm just thinking I might get stuck in traffic. I hope not. And then I need to pour fuel, and I want to give myself a hot chocolate because it's a bit chilly. And yeah, it's a bit chilly, and I haven't had really a proper meal, just so that I don't faint and pass out during the people. And that I have some sort of energy for the consultation. I have like at most 10 minutes to do these things. 15 minutes. I'm keeping it to 15 minutes and then I'm gonna leave. So let's go.
A shot or tall hot chocolate?
A tall one.
Is that all?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Thank you. You need sugar?
Yes, please. Just one. That video was shot many moons ago. It's 2025 now. And I didn't get to do the consultation review as I wanted to at the time. Sorry. So yeah, I didn't get to do the consultation review as I wanted at the time. Because it was just a lot of emotions I remember that I was dealing with. I remember when I came back from the consultation, I was feeling super drained from just that whole interaction. I think also what was draining about the whole interaction was the fact that that was my first ever difficult client. And it was after hours as well. Like, it was supposed to be an hour long, I think from 4 to 5, yeah. And already now it's like past 5 and I'm still there and we are bickering, you know. So that's what made it also super exhausting. And it's a distance where the person stayed. It's like super far. So yeah, it was just long. But I'm also really, really grateful for that encounter, because it taught me a number of things. It taught me to tighten the rules and sort of my rules of engagement, and to also have a lot of stuff in writing and not leave things for translation or for people to leave room for people to infer things. That's what I took, I think, from that whole experience, and I was really grateful. In the interim, I was like, you know, but in retrospect, I'm like, I'm really grateful that it happened that way. So anyway, so this is what happened. If you're a business owner, you will know you encounter difficult clients one way or the other. You don't call for them, they just come. This client was a prospect at the time. We set a consultation date and things. Also with payments, they made the thing and then they didn't pay, so I had to do a follow-up to remind them to pay for the consultation. Ultimately they paid, right? Did the consultation and it was going nicely. It was the husband and the wife. The wife was really nice. I wanna credit her for that. Also, I was just finding that whole dynamic very interesting. Like, he was more vested than the wife in this whole project. I found the dynamic a bit interesting in a sense that usually women are the ones that are always like spearheading decorations in the home and stuff. So for it to be a guy, in as much as they have like signing authority, like they are paying maybe for the stuff, but for how the house is gonna pan out and how they envision the house, it's usually the wife sort of spearheading that. So he was really like the guy who was leading everything, and I was like, interesting dynamic, but kept an open mind. So then I'm sort of like wrapping up and I'm explaining like the subsequent steps and stuff, the things that follow the consultation. So then he's like, yeah, so at the end of this consultation, what else? And I'm like, so he's like, is that it? And I was like, yeah. And then he's like, so then if I don't get like 3D models, like when I say 3D models, maybe you would not understand. It's sort of like a rough sketches. Yes. So he wanted sketches, which he didn't pay for, but not just even just rough, like, you hand drawn, but they like use the AutoCAD, SketchUp, a 3D software or drawing software, which in my case, I use SketchUp, and you pay for that. And so my guy is like, yeah, no, if I don't get the drawings, then this consultation was a waste of time. I'm like, bong, bong. Now, like, light bulbs are going on. I'm like, okay, what's happening? And then, of course, in my attempt to remedy the situation, because I'm like, this is interesting. So I'm like, well, clearly we seem to have misunderstood each other, but it's okay. I don't want to like bicker, nitpick, whatever. So I'm just saying, like, you know what? Given that you are not satisfied with the outcome of the consultation, we can refund you, right? And in my head, I'm like, we'll give you a full refund. Just give us your banking details and then we'll send the refund back to your account. Also, it's because the thing that I use, I couldn't automate the refund because it had already like passed, I think, about 2-3 days into our account. So it moved from that portal where we get like payments through for consultations. So it was at a point where now we can't refund it and we only have to get his banking details. So then cool, he's like, now he doesn't want a refund. He wants the 3D drawings, and it's like giving bullying, I'm like, interesting. So of course, I'm like, I'm pressed for time. I agree on the spot. I just want to leave the space and go home. But the wife was literally on my side. And she was even saying, no, man, that's like unnecessary. Like she was really trying to reason with him. And I was like, no, it's fine. We can take the fault for this, And my guy was like, yeah, now he wants the 3D drawings. He doesn't want a refund. I was like, imagine you paid for consultation and you want something that costs probably 4 times the amount of the consultation. Yeah, it was just so weird. So then, we leave Shapo. Then, after some time, like careful deliberation, I was like, this doesn't make financial sense. So then contacted the person, sent them an email to say, man, after careful deliberation, we've decided to refund you. I didn't need to explain myself, but I was like, I just want everything to be clearly articulated so that, there isn't room for confusion again. And then said, please give us your banking details and thank you. Like, I was not consulting at that point. I was here. I was not consulting at that point. I was like, I'm enough. Let's just get this over and done with. Then, of course, he sent his banking details afterwards. And I was like, yeah, sure. The refund should be in your account within the next day or 2. Thank you. And we are here should you ever need any more of our help. Like, I was still leaving room for him to come back, but I was really not keen. I was just being professional. It's just like I wanted to just close that door and not look back. But I was like, let's not really end on bad blood. Let me still be professional about it. So I just said, we are here. Should you still continue to use our services? Feel free, whatever. And then we refunded him the full amount. For me, the logic behind it was that I don't want a bad review for my business. I didn't want a bad review for my business at the time. I was just like, it's coming with bad energy, and I don't want to give him enough ammunition to, go in now, drag me. So yeah, that's how it went. But I learned to stand on business, which I did. I also learned to sort of just tighten the bolts when needs be. Just refine my processes essentially and make things very clear, which I thought I did, but it seems like there were some elements that could have easily been like bypassed. So I'm happy that I did that, and I'm happy for the experience. I'm looking back, I'm like, I will always be grateful for difficult clients because they teach you something about your business. They teach you something about something that you can improve on. And yeah, apart from that, I think, yeah, for the most part, they teach you how to tighten your stuff, really. So that's how the consultation went. The other thing that I wanted to unpack a little bit was the first 1,000 days of business. There's a saying that a lot of businesses fail in their first 1,000 days.
Because I've been spending a lot of time studying this, and the research we've done, the empirical evidence actually shows us 3 things. The first is that if you can survive what we call 999, the first 999 days of your business, you're probably going to make it. And that 999 days is about 3 years, give or take a few days. Just 999 days. So for those of you here with ideas as you're starting, those of you here who are running, you know that in that first 999 days, it's very, very difficult. Yeah? The reason is simple. It's because there's nothing there. You're building everything. See this building we're in. I love architecture, right? And I love buildings. But this building we're in is incredible, isn't it? Because we're all in it, and none of us here have a doubt of mind that it will hold us safely. Yeah, none of us here have thought about whether or not the things above us could collapse on our heads. The reason is because the foundation of this building is so well set. So the most important part of the building is the part of the building we don't see. That's so powerful. I'm gonna let you guys think about it for like 2 minutes. I'm just gonna let you guys I'm gonna let you marinate in my wisdom. No, I'm joking. So when you build your business, the most important parts of building your business are the parts nobody sees. Nobody sees. I can tell you now that probably what I spend 80% of my time doing is the stuff you guys don't know about. It's completely quiet. And it's the stuff you'll probably never know about. But without that stuff, I can't do the magic. The magic can't happen, right? So where a lot of us lose it in that first 999 days, and I want you to remember it, is you've got to focus on building your foundation. That foundation is critical. Foundation is critical, okay? Without it, it doesn't matter how nice that building is, it'll fall. When the rains come, it will fall.
So my first 1,000 days of business were really, really interesting. Yeah, I think the first 2 years were fraught with like grief. I think only about last year where I was like bouncing back out of it and getting like catching a breather nyana. So yeah, the first 2 years were really horrible, rough in a sense that I was juggling a grief, but also I think not having like enough talent. If you are like the sole person working in the business at the time, when life happens, I think things would have to stop and stuff. But if you have talent, I mean, the show goes on and stuff. So I think my first 1,000 days were so, but I'm also grateful that I didn't really give up. I'm grateful that I learned what I needed to learn. There's a thing called the key man insurance even, where okay, let me quickly find out what a key man, like a proper definition of it. I don't want to like lie to you all, so I want to give you like proper stuff. Oh yeah, so it says in South Africa it means key man insurance. In simple terms, it's It's a cost-effective solution that provides financial security and certainty for your business in the event of the death or disability of a key person, right? It's stuff like that that I started considering and thinking about long term to say, how does that look like if I was to have that? And if I was to have talent as well, how does that look like? Do my finances allow me to do those things? So, I mean, I've been a lot of learning on the job, came with a lot of challenges, but it was good. I think I learned what I needed to learn. I think the first 2 years were really just grief for the most part, but I think last year was a little bit better. And we'll see how this year goes. I'm hoping to improve and get better. I'm aware that a lot of my audience is business people, so I'm happy that we can have a community nyana where we unpack these things and sort of share our challenges and stuff. So the main purpose of this channel was to show you guys the ebbs and flows of business and not paint a perfect picture of business, because I feel like entrepreneurship is over glamorized. People don't share how difficult it is on slow business days when you're not making money, stuff like that. So I wanna normalize that. And today we are like, it's in Jan. There's been a lot going on in my life. I've since taken long distance running as a hobby, and man, I haven't documented my training, right? But I've documented some pieces of the journey. So you are talking to a girl who's running a half marathon soon. I'm gonna take you guys with me. And then we'll see how that goes.
Warning, our next upload forecasts unhealthy amounts of screen time.
Who knew that buying shoes would get so technical? There are like a number of spots to get your food and gait analyzed, but I just chose this one. I got to like try out their shoes, run out in town.